From the age of 16 to 18, I did not grow a single inch, but after testing dozens of techniques I found online, I ended up growing 4 inches taller in just under a year from 18 to 19 years old. And in this video, I'm going to explain to you exactly how I did it. The truth of the matter is that most of these techniques are complete gimmicks, and I learned that the hard way. I was super gullible and all I wanted to be was taller. I was on the Division 4 basketball team and I really wanted to move up a division. But the issue was that they said I was not tall enough, so of course this lit a fire inside my soul. So as a low-key nerd, I spent hours a night researching how to become taller. I went down the entire rabbit hole. I saw wolf's law, I saw sprinting, I saw Maasai jumps, and it truly intrigued me. But I am someone who likes to understand the science behind everything. Before doing this full time, I was a STEM major, so the first thing I decided to research was why do people stop growing and what stimulates bone growth? Because I was kind of already skeptical and thought most of these were probably gimmicks, like how would jumping in place with a stick magically make you become 6'5"? Spoiler alert, it doesn't. So I'm going to share with you everything that took me from 5'10" to 6'2" in just under a year, not through posture tricks, not through some gimmick, but through bone growth and development. Everything from diet to sleep to hormonal optimization. If you're in between the age of 14 to 21 right now, then this video is literally for you. Before we get into it, just for reference, I've transformed hundreds of people inside my private community. Guys who thought they were done growing, guys who felt short their whole lives, and there's a reason why they're seeing crazy results. There's a reason why one member grew from 5'9" to 5'11" in 2 months. There's a reason why another guy added 2 inches in height in 3 months. These aren't gimmicks, these aren't supplements or stretches, these are real proven techniques backed by science. Because when you fix the root cause, you actually optimize your body, you start seeing real results. No BS, just the truth. So here's the thing no one talks about. Most guys are 5% shorter than they should be, meaning if you're 5'9", you should really be 6 foot, or if you're 5'10", you should really be about 6'2". But you're self-sabotaging yourself. You're eating garbage, you're only sleeping 5 to 6 hours a night, you're stressed out, and you're not optimizing your hormones. All of this is directly stunting your growth. And of course, genetics play a part, but that last 5% is epigenetics, meaning how your environment and your behaviors can change gene expressions without altering the underlying DNA sequence. So let's start with diet, because this is foundational. The foods you eat are going to directly influence bone growth and development. If you're not eating the right foods, your body does not have the building blocks to grow. You need to be following an ancestral diet. This means meats, eggs, fruit, and dairy. That's it. This is going to provide your body with every nutrient, vitamin, and mineral it needs in order to grow. It's also about bioavailability. How much of those nutrients can your body actually use? Red meat is going to be your best friend. It contains almost every vitamin and mineral your body actually needs in order to grow. Like boron, magnesium, copper, zinc, it's all in there. You should be trying to eat red meat multiple times a week. If you can get it grass-fed, then that's ideal, but if not, that's totally okay as well. Next are eggs. You want to be eating eggs daily. They are goated. Specifically the yolk. That's where all the enzymes and nutrients are contained, and you don't want to actually heat this up. You don't want to cook the yolk because those nutrients and enzymes are heat sensitive. So ideally you keep the yolks raw, but you actually want to cook the whites because the whites contain avidin, which is going to bind to biotin. The next thing is dairy. So milk, cheese, yogurt, kefir, all that will work. Ideally, if you can get it raw, then this is going to give you the greatest benefit for height growth. Raw milk is unpasteurized, which means it's never been heated, so all the enzymes which are going to be beneficial for growth, all the bioactive peptides, the lactoferrin, all the enzymes, they're still going to be there. So dairy is something you want to be drinking every single day during your development years. And I've actually had 2 ex-girlfriends who were pretty tall, 5'10" and 6 foot respectively, and they both told me that when they were a kid, they drank so much milk. And lastly, you want to consume fruits for the natural sugars and micronutrients. What you need to avoid is processed sugars, seed oils, and food dyes. These completely destroy your gut, and your gut health controls your skin and your growth. So if you're eating processed garbage, you're literally cooking your body from the inside out. Your growth plates close early, your hormones will be imbalanced, and you will not grow as tall as you should be. So clean up your diet, follow an ancestral diet, your body will thank you. So now let's talk about sleep, because this is where most guys are cooked. 90% of your growth hormone is released during deep sleep. 90%, that's insane. And the issue is most people are only getting 5 to 6 hours of sleep every single night, which is going to directly stunt your height growth. And it's not just about the hours, it's actually about the sleep cycles. The cycle is made up of 4 stages: awake, light sleep, deep sleep, and REM sleep. And each cycle is 90 minutes, which means if you're getting 6 hours of sleep, you're hitting 4 cycles. If you're getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep, you're gonna wake up mid-cycle, and that's actually not good either. Ideally, you're getting 9 hours of sleep, giving you 6 full sleep cycles. And timing matters too. You want to be going to bed at the same time every single night and waking up at the same time every single morning. Your body runs on an internal clock called your circadian rhythm. When you understand and respect that rhythm, everything becomes better. Your hormones become optimized, you release more growth hormone, your testosterone levels increase, everything works better. So if you're serious about growing taller, you need to be getting 8 to 9 hours of sleep every single night, no exceptions. This is a non-negotiable. Quick one here is that you need sunlight. 30 minutes to an hour every single day is going to give your body vitamin D, which is crucial for bone growth and development. Vitamin D regulates calcium absorption, so without it, your bones will not develop properly. So go outside, get sunlight, 30 minutes minutes to an hour every single day. It's super easy. Now, this is where the magic happens. This is why I grew 4 inches in under a year. Your growth plates close based off your hormone levels. If you're producing too much estrogen and not enough testosterone, then this is going to cause your growth plates to close prematurely. This is the same reason why girls stop growing in between the ages of 14 to 16, because they naturally produce higher levels of estrogen. This is the same reason why guys have the potential to grow into their early 20s, like 21, 22, 23. And growing into your early 20s does require hormonal optimization. Hopefully you're watching this at an age where you're going to be able to continue growing into your early 20s. For example, I caught this early. I caught this at 18. So I had my last growth spurt 6 months ago at 20 and a half. And no, I'm not a late bloomer. I actually started puberty at 12 years old. I started getting body hair at 12, and I had actually facial hair at like 13. But it is true that if you are a late bloomer, it's easier to grow into your early 20s. So here's how to do it. The first thing you want to be doing is one long fast per week, ideally 24 to 36 hours a week, and that you're eating good the 6 days prior to your fast. This is because fasting has been proven to boost your growth hormone up to 771%, which is insane. It's literally signaling to your body to produce a massive amount of growth hormone. But here's the key. After your fast, you need to break it with raw natural sugars. So things like fruit and raw honey, this is going to spike your insulin, and when you spike your insulin, you spike your IGF-1. And here's why this matters. Growth hormone and IGF-1 work together. They synergize. Together, they're going to stimulate bone growth and development. So you fast to boost growth hormone, and then you spike insulin to boost IGF-1. Together, they create the perfect environment for growth. The second thing is sprinting. Sprinting, especially in a fasted state, has been proven to boost growth hormone up to 200 to 300%. So ideally, you're sprinting 2 to 3 times a week at max intensity. You can do 30-second reps and do 6 to 8 reps. It's just important that you're doing it as intense as you physically can. That's what's actually going to trigger the growth hormone. And ideally, you also break your sprint session with these raw natural sugars. These two things, sprinting and fasting, are what have allowed me to keep my growth plates open this long, and what's helped me maximize my growth hormone production. Combined with the diet, sleep, and sunlight, this is the complete protocol. When I started this protocol, nothing happened to me for 2 months. I was eating well, I was getting 9 hours of sleep, I was getting sunlight, I was optimizing my hormones, I was sprinting, but nothing was happening. But then boom, I got my first growth spurt. And then after that, I grew consistently. I grew 4 inches in 10 months from 5'10" to 6'2". It took me about a year to complete my full transformation, but here's the thing. It might take you less time, or it might take you more time. It all depends on how consistent you are and how much you actually try. But I guarantee you, if you follow this protocol, you will grow taller. Even if you only apply 80% of this video, you'll still get good results, because everything has a root cause, and when you fix that root cause, you fix the problem. And that's why people in my community are seeing crazy results. That's why people are growing 1, 2, 3, 4 inches taller. That's why people are reaching their genetic potential, because they're not looking for shortcuts. They're fixing the root cause. They're optimizing their health, and their bodies respond. So here's what I want you to do. Starting today, clean up your diet. Start eating meats, eggs, fruit, dairy. Start getting 9 hours of sleep, non-negotiable. Get sunlight, fast once a week. Start sprinting 2 to 3 times a week, and optimize your hormones. Do this consistently for 2 months, and I promise you'll get your first growth spurt. You'll start growing again, and you'll reach your genetic potential. But if you want more than just the basics, if you want personalized guidance, if you want to know exactly what to eat, exactly when to sleep, exactly how to optimize your specific situation, if you want to be a part of a community who are all transforming together, then feel free to check out my school community. I work with every single person one-on-one. I help you optimize your diet. I help you optimize your sleep, your hormones. I help you make a plan catered to you. I also give you my exact protocol, which has worked for me and which has been working for hundreds of other people. I host weekly Zoom calls where you can come in and ask me questions live. I do monthly giveaways and challenges, and most importantly, you're going to be a part of a community of like-minded individuals, all committed to reaching their genetic potential. And I'm not going to lie to you, it takes a little bit of effort and consistency, but if you're serious about growing taller, reaching your genetic potential, and becoming the best version of yourself, then this is for you. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have any questions, leave them down below in the comments. I'll try to respond to every single one. Stay consistent, fix the root cause, and your life will change. Anyways, stay goated, guys. Peace out.